Hey, so what's up guys, it's Pohdoh here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about ganking and the world PvP zone. And this is going to be a video mostly on my opinions. Your opinions could be different. You may be a super aggressive person or maybe a really passive person, and if you're a really passive person, it kind of brings to the question why you're in the PvP zone in the first place. But anyways, I'm just going to be talking about my personal philosophy, and this is so that some of my fans or subscribers don't get angry when I do some of the things that I do, aka kill people, and also so we get a common understanding here. Now, for background, for my Order and Chaos fans, my first mobile game was Modern Combat, and it is a game where you go inside a lobby and you go pew 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 with your gun and you kill people. And quite naturally, when I hopped into Order and Chaos, my very first instinct was to do the exact same thing except in Order and Chaos. Go pew pew pew. And that might even be part of the reason why I picked the mage. So anyways, that being said, I do not specifically demote ganking. There's different definition of ganking. Ganking just refers on my definition, gank just refers to killing someone in the PvP zone, and it doesn't necessarily. And then lobby killing is something I highly hate, because ever since Modern Combat came out, and it's just some random twos. This is not with a partner. I literally queued random, and I just wanted to cap really quickly, and it just shows I really don't care about my rating. Like, I really don't care. Like, my rating proves nothing as of now. It's like a 1600, almost a 1500. That's just because I literally queue random every single time. I don't have a partner, so I don't really want a partner because it'll take too long and I'm obligated to do well. So I just want to have fun, guys. But anyways, that being said, going off that, I just want to have fun in the PvP zone, guys. Arena's kind of fucked right now. It's literally whoever buffs harder wins for the most part. Some of you may be like, oh, it's a game of skill. If you have good skill, then you can win with buffs. Bullshit. I mean, if you go unbuffed, and if you go against someone with 20% resilience, 10% resilience, 30% wisdom, 10%, 20% strength, 20% agility, how the hell are you supposed to kill him? Like, literally, he has like double the amount of health and he's doing double the amount of damage as you. Like, there's no fucking way you're gonna kill him if you're unbuffed. You can argue, but for the most part, they know what they're doing, and if they're buffed, they probably know how to play their class. You're not gonna win. Let's be real here. But it is possible, and for that, even despite the fact that it is possible, I see some people who go around with minimal buffs and still win. For the most part, I prefer to be in the world PvP zone because people are less inclined to buff there, simply because there's nothing on stake. You just want to have fun, so there's not really that much of a reason to pay good money in order to just have fun in the PvP zone. So that being said, my personal policy on ganking is that I have a very lenient policy. Like, literally, I do not. I mean, if you attack someone on my team or if you attack a guildie, then I'm pretty much forced to attack you for the most part. There are some exceptions. Like, if like a good friend of mine attacks a teammate which I don't know that well, then I can refrain from that. I can just watch my teammate die. I don't really care because he's a friend. But for the most part, if you attack a guildie, then that's a pretty big deal, because not a big deal, but it kind of forces me to attack. So don't get angry. If you attack a nodo, then it's kind of natural. I have to jump in. So don't shit your balls whenever I start attacking you when you're literally attacking everyone I know. So that being said, and if you're not part of a kill, for the most part, I don't even attack Carnage. I don't attack Carnage. I don't attack Mafia. I don't go by that guild list for the most part. Unless guildies are around, then then it's kind of chaotic. So I'm kind of forced to attack kill inside guilds. But if I'm alone, I don't attack. Just based on guilds, and for the most part, kill inside guilds attack me first, and then as soon as they land the first blow, even if it's like accidental or even if it's like a one-time thing, then they enter my kill inside list, and I attack them on site. But for the most part, if you leave me alone or if you give me indication that you want peace, then I probably won't attack you. I say probably because there are a few exceptions. Like, if you're no hacker or a ninja, then there's nothing you're gonna say is gonna convince me not to attack you, because I really hate people who take advantage of the game for their own advantage. I just said that twice. We basically just cheat the game for their own advantage. Gem glitching. Let's see what else. They're just pretty much gem glitching, cloak glitching, petty pet glitching, you know, all that stuff, that clearly gives you an advantage. Like, there's no doubt about it. You know, there is some doubts about other glitches, such as, you know, the heal glitch, since that technically helps everyone, since everyone has very easy access to it, and it's pretty much impossible to do the World Festival bosses without the heal glitch. So I can, you know, turn a blind eye on that. There are a few other glitches, you know, which I asked the community, and they were perfectly fine. And a big hot topic is some of these witch hunters in the forums that keep poking me for using the mage trinket glitch. And if you guys didn't know, it's where you switch the elemental finishing glitch, elemental finishing, you know, trinket with another trinket, and then it makes you activate the elemental finishing proc where you move, you know, 30% faster for 15 seconds. But like, literally, like, I stopped using it for a reason. It's not because I got afraid someone's gonna catch me, it's because it doesn't work. It doesn't give you any advantage. It's not, I don't frown upon other people using it. The main reason why is because it's not very useful in PvP. If it was any use, why aren't any mages doing it right now? The main reason why many mages aren't doing it right now is because it doesn't give anyone an advantage. You may be arguing, no, that's bullshit, you get 30% movement speed. Well, what do you sacrifice for it? You have to give up 2 spaces in your toolbox, in your sidebar right here, and it's already crowded, so that means you're forced to put very important spells such as stone armor in the spell wheel, and that obviously hurts you a significant amount because you're gonna be taking like a full second longer to cast. Along with that is that you have to spec up to it. It's high in the fire tree, so you cannot take any kind of frost defensive spells. You can barely take stone armor, for God's sake. So already you had a huge disadvantage, so it's better not to do it. So therefore, it's not really an advantage. And the reason why I did it because I wanted to try it out. I asked the community. I literally asked Glassboard. And like 10 different people, 10 different hardcore arena people said it's okay, it doesn't matter. Like, I've seen people do it, and it's like a well-known glitch. And the reason why mages don't do it is because it's honestly not that useful. You can go try it out. And I tried it out for like, I don't know, like 2 weeks, and after that, you know, I couldn't handle it anymore, so then I stopped because it was a pretty terrible glitch. It didn't give me any kind of advantage. So there you go. Off with that, I went on a kind of a tirade, but anyways, that's my policy. Before going back on policy on ganking, you know, I know, you know, a lot of you guys hate Pohdoh, and I'm now going to go into guilds just because, you know, I've been reading some of the stuff on forums, and like, literally these people are some of the most butthurt people I've ever seen on the forums. Like, they're literally going on the forums, they're like blatantly lying. They're saying, oh, KME is a booster. KME is a booster and a gem duper. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no, he isn't. Like, I literally went against him in 2s countless times. I ran with him in 2s. You know, he literally never logged any of his ults unless he wants to, you know, do forest farm. Other than that, forest farm. And whenever he does do forest farm, he always lowers his rating right after. He given video evidence, like video and photo evidence on Glassboard that he lowers his rating after. When I got the wing champion, if he really wanted to boost, he could have kept his rating. He was at like a 2600 rating in force. But what he did is that afterwards he lost. He purposely lost like I don't know, like 50 times, and then brought his rating back to like 1800. So that doesn't make any sense that he's a booster. So it's really clear that they're just lying, and the reason why they're lying is because they just want to persecute people. They just want to persecute people they don't like, and taking advantage of a game off system. And in other words, they're worse than boosters. They're on the same pace as boosters, cheaters, and glitchers, because they're taking advantage of a system just so they can ban people they don't like. And it kind of like, I don't even know who this Bebe person is. Like, Bebe literally just goes around on a witch hunt and literally like and literally accuses like every single node or anyone who disagrees with him, and he just makes up evidence on the spot. That being said, I went on another tirade. Whew. So let's see, what else is there? I really just went on a tangent there, didn't I? So, anyways, about glitchers, talk about glitchers, about the forums, about ganking. I think I pretty much talked about everything. But like I said, you know, Pohdoh is infamous for ganking, but then it kind of amuses me why everyone hates Pohdoh, just specifically Pohdoh. When Carnage does the same thing, get in the van specifically, like their guild, like literally get in the van, their guild master, you know, has 40,000 kills and half of them are from lobbies. And literally, like, no one ever hates on him, no one ever bashes on him. Everyone, like, no one cares about getting in the van, even though they're a guild specifically designed around ganking lower level players. And then when Pohdoh goes around with a rule that you can only attack kill inside guilds, you cannot be the aggressor against guildless people or against people with unknown guilds, and also you are strictly forbidden from attacking lobbies. You are highly, you know, you get warnings whenever you trash talk. Like, that's a shit ton of rules, and I don't see the majority of guilds having that. Yet people call Notorious having, you know, is like is like the devil. Like, it's really annoying and it makes absolutely no sense. You know, a PvP guild, it ganks. Like, what do you expect to do? You know, a PvP guild, that's the whole premise of it. And at the same time, you should be thankful that Noto even have these rules in the first place. Like, you act like Noto. A lot of people act like Noto attacks everyone on site. And half the reason we attack these people is because A, they attacked us first, B, they have a known history of, you know, ganking lobbies such as Impale or some other Impale, King Adam. All these people have histories of hacking, have histories of boosting. That's the main reason why we attack them. Okay, first of all, I'm not saying we're heroes. There are several very, very aggressive players, you know, in the guild, and I am aware of that. You know, there's Phil, he's very aggressive. You know, Bulgarian is moderately aggressive, but and then there's a few others that are pretty aggressive, but for the most part, there's a few people that are very, very peaceful. I mean, in the guild, and you know, every single guild has these type of people that are very aggressive. Okay, if we go to Carnage, there's Tingus, there's a few others. You know, Vixen goes around, you know, trying to reset bosses. You know, but he's still a cool guy. Like, you know, it doesn't really make sense. You know, just because you gank people doesn't mean like you're like a terrible person in real life. And it's just like 13-year-old kids who get incredibly butthurt whenever they end up dying. Like, if I get killed, if I get, you know, 3v1, I don't ever trash talk. Like, I really don't. Like, you'll rarely ever see me even curse out. Like, you try finding a snapshot. I mean, I curse in these videos. That's just because it's my channel and I want to actually, you know, express my opinion the way I like it. Therefore, I don't want to be restricted with language. But for the most part, in game, I'm a pretty moderate person. I just log in to have fun. Ultimately, you know. In the past, I really cared about, you know, I kind of cared about rating, I kind of care about, you know, being a best player, but now I just want to have fun. To be perfectly honest, I really to Order&Chaos. You know, if you want to do well in Order&Chaos, you have to pay a shit ton of money, and that's just how GameLoft designed it, because the Order&Chaos developer team are greedy motherfuckers, and they like to, you know, to charge people, you know, 20 runes per an angel visual. They like to charge, you know, people for like 16 different type of rune buffs, like charging people for tabs. You know, it's pretty much a pay to win system at this point. Like, there really is no way getting around it. If you do not pay, you are not going to win very often. So I mean, find one person in like the top 100 arena ratings that have not spent runes on tabs or has not spent runes on buffs. Like, you'll find like almost basically no one. Like, just a few people I can understand, you know, that I can understand if you're like a DPS warrior in the past update using buffs, since, you know, they're incredibly underpowered. But I mean, the majority of people out there are just, you know, military monks who just buffed up like crazy, and you know, it's like a whatever deal, and that's just I think my dog's crying downstairs. Oh, I need to get back to him. So anyways, that's the end of the video. I went on a pretty big tirade there. So anyways, Pohdoh, you rate, come subscribe. I think I was a little too angry there. Well, what can we do? Hopefully I made some amount of sense. If you guys agree with me, give it a thumbs up. If you want more of these discussions, you know, give it a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Comment below if you agree or not. And then, yep, I'll see you guys later.